Welcome to my video lessons. In already I discussed about transducers. So in this also I am going to discuss about the topic of the transducer. So the main objective of this transducer is here the main of the motto of this video is about the piezoelectric transducer. And that is what is piezoelectric transducer, and we'll discuss about the construction of the working principle of piezoelectric transducer, as well as the applications of the piezoelectric transducer, and also we'll explain this say thermocouple. See, before entering into this video, just I will recall the previous topics. In that topic, I explained about the transducers. So, see, what is a transducer means? It converts generally one form of energy into the another form of energy. Right? See here, transducers are based on its construction. It is the active transducers and passive transducers. Active, not about the construction. Based on the property, these are the active transducers and passive transducers. What are the passive transducers? Means resistive transducers, capacitive transducers, and inductive transducers. And what are the active transducers? Means active transducers are the piezoelectric transducers, thermocouples, RTDs. All these comes under the active transducers. Out of this, in my previous sessions, I explained about resistive transducers, that means strain gauge transducers, and also the capacitive transducers, and inductive transducers. So inductive transducers that based on the inductive principle, there are we discussed about the LVDT. What is LVDT? Linear voltage differential transformer. So, we discussed about the construction and working principle of LVDT and applications of LVDT. See, linear variable differential transformer. It is a type of transformer. That means whenever we are saying that transformer means definitely transformer has two windings, primary winding and secondary winding. Here LVDT is a type of inductive transducer. That means passive inductive transducer. It is used to measure the force. That means when to measure weight, pressure. We will use this in the LVDTs. It is here how it measures the it is output depends on the displacement. Mainly it is based on the displacement. Right. So here, as a transformer, it has two windings, primary and two secondary windings. In LVDT, in between there will be a core, displacement core in between the primary and secondary. And one more point is here, this secondary coil, it has in LVDT secondary has two coils, two windings with equal number of turns, S1 and S2. Two windings with equal number of turns ratio. That means if there will be in between the primary winding and the secondary winding, there will be a displacement core. If this displacement core is at the center, right, that means the EMF induced in the secondary coil 1 and secondary coil 2 is same. Here one more point I will say, I can say this S1 and S2, the number of turns ratio is equal, but these are connected in opposite way. There will be a phase difference between these two coils. So whenever this displacement core is placed at the middle of the point, that means center. That means the induced EMF in the secondary coil 1 and secondary coil 2 is same, but these two are out of phase. So the total EMF induced is summation of these two, but out of phase means it is EMF induced in the secondary coil 1 minus EMF induced in the secondary coil 2. So, and the magnitude is same means definitely there is no output. That is called null position. That is called null position. Now, if the this displacement core is more towards the left side, towards the left, that means the induced EMF in the coil 1 is secondary coil 1 is more compared to the secondary coil 2. That means the magnet. That means the total EMF is positive value. Then if the displacement core moves towards the left side, right side, in that case, the EMF induced in the secondary coil 2 is more compared to the secondary coil 1. ES1 minus ES2. So ES2 is more means generally will get the negative value. This is about LVDT. Generally, this LVDT can be used to measure the pressure, this weight, force. These cases we can use. This is about the LVDT. Now we will discuss about the piezoelectric effect and the thermocouple in this session. See, transducers used for this purpose is called piezoelectric transducer and magnetostriction transducers. What is piezoelectric effect? Piezoelectric transducer. See, this piezoelectric transducer works under the piezoelectric effect. On the principle of piezoelectric effect. What is a piezoelectric effect? What is piezoelectric effect means? See, the piezoelectricity. There are some certain materials. These materials develop the charge. These materials develop the charge when a mechanical stress is applied on this. That means what is piezoelectric effect means whenever there are some particular materials, if any mechanical stress is applied to these materials develop an electric charge. Electric charge. How much charge it produces means this charge is proportional to the applied stress. Applied stress. Piezoelectricity is the ability of a certain materials. It develops an electric charge that is proportional to a direct applied mechanical stress. Piezoelectricity is the ability of a material. It is developing an electric charge when the charge is proportional to the direct applied mechanical stress. This effect is reversible. These piezoelectric materials will deform, strain proportionally to an applied electric field. These materials are deformed proportional to an applied electric field. That means whenever an electric field is applied to this particular piezoelectric materials, the deformation will be takes place. This effect is of the order of nanometers. See here, you can see if this is a piezoelectric material. Whenever an electric field is applied to this material, it changes its shape due to deformation of the molecules. In the second figure, if a stress is applied to the material, it yields a surface charge. Surface charge. If any piezoelectric materials, if when the electric field is applied, means the shape of it will be changes due to the molecular shape. If a stress is applied on this material, means it yields a surface charge. Surface charge. This charge is directly proportional to the applied stress. Characteristics of piezoelectric effect. See, what are the characteristics? It means this effect is linear and it is direction sensitive. Piezoelectric effect is reversible. And these are the characteristics of piezoelectric effect. It is linear. This effect is linear and it is direction sensitive. It is reversible. See, in reverse, if a potential difference is applied across the opposite faces of the material, change in physical dimensions takes place. The shape of it changes. And this effect occurs only in crystals with asymmetrical charge distribution. Normally, this piezoelectric effect will occur only in particular materials, and those materials are crystalline materials with asymmetrical charge distribution. The lattice deformation is a relative displacement of the positive and negative charges within the lattice, and this deformation is a relative displacement of positive and negative charges within the lattice. The displacement of the internal charges produces equal amount of external charges of opposite polarities on the opposite sides of the crystal. So, what are the properties of this piezoelectric crystals? Is output is high and the stability is more. This piezoelectric crystals, the stability is high and the output is also high. It is insensitive to temperature and humidity. Generally, this inductor, capacitor, resistors are temperature varying parameters, but particularly this piezoelectric, it is insensitive to temperature and humidity. Ability to change to desirable shape. Whenever the electric field is applied, means it changes its shape, and the frequency response is also high. These are all the properties of piezoelectric crystals. See, what are the materials used for piezoelectric effect? What are the materials? Classification of materials. These materials are mainly piezoelectric materials are mainly classified into natural group and synthetic group. See, in the natural group, quartz and Rochelli salt is the mainly used crystalline materials for piezoelectric effect. There are some other type of materials. This is synthetic group. In that, what are the materials used? Mean lithium sulfate, ethylene diamide, and titrate. So now we will say the principle of piezoelectric transducer. What is the principle of piezoelectric transducer means? See, already we discussed that whenever an electric field is applied to this piezoelectric materials, it changes its shape. Right here, asymmetrical crystal, and the material should be asymmetrical. The structure of it is asymmetrical crystalline materials, such as quartz and Rochelli salt and barium titanate produces EMF whenever they are placed under stress. Whenever any crystalline materials are placed under the stress, this material produces a charge on its surface. Based on this principle, this is the main concept here. See, the crystal is placed between a solid base generally, and there will be what are the elements required? There will be a pressure pot and force summing member and a output. See, what are the elements required for this piezoelectric transducer means piezoelectric material, that is crystal, piezoelectric crystal placed this crystal is placed between a solid base, and it requires a pressure pot and a force summing number, and finally there will be output. This piezoelectric transducer is mainly based on the principle of piezoelectric effect that already we know. See, this is the piezoelectric crystal, piezoelectric crystal at 2 leads, and this is the base, solid base. What are the first point? Crystal placed between a solid base. This is the solid base, and there is a pressure pot, right? And the pressure will be applied at this point, from this point, and there is a force summing network. Then the output is taken at this. Output is this. So what is this crystalline material? It may be either quartz or Rochelli salt or barium titanate, any one of these materials. It is completely, it is a diagram of piezoelectric transducers. It is mainly, it has three parts. Crystal, it is placed on a base, solid base, and there it requires a force summing network and a pressure pot. See, what is the work? This is about this is the construction of piezoelectric transducer. Now, working principle of piezoelectric transducer. See, externally applied force enters the transducer through the pressure. So just now we saw there is a pressure pot. On this pot, this pressure pot, the force will be applied externally. When that means whenever an external force is applied on this pressure pot, what happens? See, this applies pressure to the top of the crystal. Whenever there will be a pressure force on this pressure pot means this force, it applies a pressure to the top of the crystal via force summing member. A force summing member means, see here, if any force is applied through this pressure pot, it applies a pressure. This applies a pressure on the crystal through a force summing method, right? This produces an EMF across the crystal. Whenever a pressure is applied on the crystal, this pressure, that means produce an EMF across the crystal. Yeah, so already we know that whenever there is a displacement, that means this produces a charge on the crystal, right? EMF produced EMF produced is proportional to the magnitude of the applied force. EMF produced is magnitude of the applied force. That means how this piezoelectric transducer is working means, what is the principle of means, whenever a force is applied through a pressure pot, this pressure pot applies a pressure on the crystal. Whenever the crystal is on pressure, it produces an EMF. That means this produced EMF is directly proportional to the applied force. This is the working principle of the uh, piezoelectric transducer. What are the characteristics of this piezoelectric transducer means? Already we discussed very good high frequency response. This is the main advantage of this transducer, and also it needs no external source of power. There is no need of external power, and self-generating. These are the characteristics of this piezoelectric transducer. What are the limitations of piezoelectric transducers? There are some limitations. It cannot measure under static conditions. This piezoelectric transducer is measuring the force pressure, but it cannot measure this under static conditions. And output voltage is affected by the temperature variations of the crystal. These are the limitations of the piezoelectric transducers. And what are the applications of piezoelectric transducers where we can use? This is mainly used for the measurement of displacement and force, pressure or acceleration, and sound. That means whenever will be a sound based on this, on the pressure pot means that means the sound is converted into the EMF. Vibration. What are the applications of this piezoelectric transducer means? It is used for the measurement of displacement, measurement of force, measurement of pressure or acceleration. It is also used to measure the sound, or it is also used for the measurement of vibration. In all these cases, we can use this one. See, the next one is the thermocouple. Thermocouple. See, when you know that this is thermocouple is a type of transducer. It is a type of active transducer. Here it works on the principle of thermoelectric effect or Seebeck effect. Just now we discussed about the piezoelectric effect. Now we discuss about the thermoelectric effect. It is also a type of active transducer. Here it works on the principle of thermoelectric effect. The thermoelectric effect is also called Seebeck effect. It is used for measurement of temperature. The name itself, there is a word thermo. So it is used for the measurement of temperature. What is Seebeck effect? See, thermocouple works under the principle of thermoelectric effect or Seebeck effect. See here, what is Seebeck effect? See, if two dissimilar metals were in contact, if there were two dissimilar metals, if those two metals are in contact, then a voltage is generated. Whenever two dissimilar metals are in contact means there will be a voltage generation. This voltage was a function of temperature. The generated voltage was a function of temperature. The device consisting of two dissimilar metals joined together is called a thermocouple. If any device it has two dissimilar metals joined together means then that device can be called thermocouple. So what is the Seebeck effect means? This if they were joined to dissimilar metals, that those metals generates a voltage. That is Seebeck effect. This voltage is called Seebeck voltage. Whatever may be the generated voltage, that voltage is called Seebeck voltage. See, this is a thermocouple construction assembly. The metal 1 and metal 2, there are two dissimilar metals. Two dissimilar metals. These are joined at one point, and the voltage is measured between the two ends of the other two ends of these two different metals. And there will be a reference junction. It has two junctions. This thermocouple has two junctions: reference junction and sensing junction. What is and that means there will be a reference temperature and this sensing. So this is the construction of thermocouple. So, thermocouple consists a pair of dissimilar metal wires. These wires are joined at one end, and the junction is called sensing junction, or it is also called hot junction. That joint junction is called sensing or hot junction, and the other ends are terminated and called reference junction, or you can say cold junction. Sensing junction or reference junction, or we can say hot junction and cold junction, which is maintained at a known constant temperature. A reference junction means definitely there will be a known value at that junction. That is called, that means it maintains a constant temperature. The most common pairs of thermocouple materials are, that means what are the those two dissimilar metals we can use means iron and constant, copper and constantine, nickel and chromium. That means one material is nickel and another metal we can use the chromium. And nickel and aluminum, the combination of nickel and aluminum. And chromium and constantine. Platinum and rhodium. We can use this material too. But whenever we use a platinum as a metal, means definitely the cost will increases. And these are the common pairs of thermocouple materials. Okay, used to construct a thermocouple. Now we'll see the working of the thermocouple. See, what is the thermocouple? It has two dissimilar metals and those are joined at one junction, one point. That point is called reference, hot junction or sensing junction. Hot junction or sensing junction. And the other two ends are at the other two ends there will be a constant temperature is maintained. That is called hot junction or reference junction. The sensing junction and reference junctions are at different temperatures. There is a reference junction, it maintains a constant temperature. But the sensing junction temperature always varies, and these two are different. The sensing junction temperature and this reference junction temperature is different. That means there will be a potential difference gets produced. Whenever these two, that means at two junctions, there were two temperatures. There are two temperatures. That means there will be some difference in temperature, and that is a potential difference gets produced. The meter indication is proportional to temperature difference between the hot junction and the cool junction. At the other ends of the two other meters, there will be a meter. That meter indicates the difference between the hot junction, the temperature difference between the hot junction and the cold junction. This is a working principle of the thermocouple. These thermocouples, this type of thermocouples are used for measurement of temperature up to 1400 degrees centigrade. Generally, thermocouples are used for the measurement of temperatures up to 1400 degree centigrades. What is a thermocouple? It has two dissimilar metals joined at one end. That end is called as Jensen junction or hot junction, and at the other end there will be a non-constant temperature value. The junction is called cold junction or reference junction. Then whenever there will be a temperature difference, means that is indicated on the meter. That temperature difference is called potential difference. Potential difference. Generally, it is used for measurement of temperatures up to 1400 degree centigrades. Now, what are the advantages of thermocouples? Means rugged construction and good measurement accuracy. The accuracy of this thermocouple is very high, and high speed response offers good reproducibility. The response of it is very high. That means it is good reproducibility. Calibration checks can be easily performed. Calibration checks can be easily performed, and bridge circuits are not needed for temperature measurements. Only the construction is simple. There is no need of bridge circuits. Using extension leads and compensating cables, long transmission distances for temperature measurement also possible. See, with the extension leads and the compensating cables, long transmission distances for temperature measurement also possible. Long transmission distances are also possible with this thermocouple if the leads and extension leads are used and compensating cables are used. And it is inexpensive. What is there in the construction? It has two different metals. Only here the metal cost is there. It is inexpensive. What are the disadvantages of thermocouple? Means they exhibit non-linearity in the EMF versus temperature characteristics. There will be some non-linearity. Stray voltage pickup may be possible. There will be the possibility of occurrence of the stray voltages. To avoid the stray voltage pickup, proper separation of extension leads from the thermocouple wire is essential. That means to avoid this stray voltage pickup, this proper separation of extension leads from the thermocouple wire is essential. In many applications, the signal needs to be amplified. So, that means the amplifiers are required in some applications. What are the applications of thermocouple? Where we can use this thermocouple? Means these are thermocouples are it is a temperature measuring device. It is used for the measurement of up to 1400 degrees centigrade temperature, and generally it can be used in industrial applications, in medical instrumentation, in scientific research. These are all the applications of this thermocouple. Here, thermocouple is a active temperature measuring device. It can be used to measure the temperature up to 1400 degrees centigrade. This thermocouple can also be used in industrial applications, medical applications, as well as in scientific research. In all these cases, this thermocouple can be used. So in this session, we discussed mainly two topics. One is piezoelectric transducer and thermocouple. So both are active transducers. Piezoelectric transducer works under the principle of piezoelectric effect, and thermocouple works on the principle of thermoelectric effect. Right? What is thermoelectric effect means? When two dissimilar metals are joined means it produces some voltage, Then that is thermoelectric effect. What is piezoelectric effect means? Whenever the voltage is applied with a piezoelectric materials means it produces it changes its shape. It changes its shape, and the pressure is applied means it produces a charge. And also, what are what is thermocouple effect? What are the materials used for thermocouples? Also, what are the list of materials? That means most commonly used combination materials. Also, we discussed the construction and working principle of thermocouple is discussed. What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Also, we discussed in this session. And that means what advantages and disadvantages of thermocouple. And applications of thermocouples, as well as discussed about the piezoelectric transducer. What is a piezoelectric transducer? Principle of piezoelectric transducer, and the construction of the piezoelectric applications and on the piezoelectric transducers, and discussed about the advantages and disadvantages of the piezoelectric transducer also. It is a small quiz on these topics. Two topics. See, piezoelectric effect. First question is piezoelectric effect is linear. Option A is linear. Option B is non-linear. Option C is stable, and option D is unstable. Piezoelectric effect is we know that it is a piezoelectric effect is linear reversible. So it is option A is the right answer. Option A is the right answer. It is linear. The second question, piezoelectric transducer cannot measure in option A static condition, option B dynamic condition, option C linear condition, option D non-linear condition. What is the given question here? This piezoelectric transducer cannot measure in. This is a drawback of the piezoelectric transducer. What is the drawback? It cannot measure. Piezoelectric transducer cannot measure in static condition. That means option A is the right answer. Which of the following pair of metals used for construction of thermocouple? Pair of metals. Which of the following pairs of metals used for construction of thermocouple? Option A, iron and copper. Option B, copper and caramel. Option C, nickel and tungsten. Option D, nickel and aluminum. So what is the answer? It is a pair of nickel and aluminum. The next question, thermocouples are used for measurement of temperature up to dash. Option A, 1000 degrees centigrade. Option B, 140 degrees centigrade. Option C, 1400 degrees centigrade. And option D, 1440 degrees centigrade. So what is the answer? So generally the thermocouples are used for the measurement of temperature, and the temperature is up to 1400 degrees centigrade. So the answer is option C is the right answer. This already we discussed. Which are the following pair of metals are used for the construction of thermocouples? Means nickel and aluminum. And what are the expected questions from these topics? What are the frequently asked questions? See, from the thermocouple, we can in long answers we can expect a question and explain what is the principle of thermocouple or explain the principle of thermocouple. And in short answers, we can expect to list any 4 materials used for thermocouple. Use the used materials for thermocouple in short answers. And explain the working of thermocouple. Working principle or working whatever it may be, it is the principle of operation. And state any 4 advantages of thermocouple. This also that means in this question we can expect in the short answers. And from the and list the applications of thermocouple. That means totally from the thermocouple, what is the working principle, and what are the materials used for the thermocouple, what are the applications of thermocouple, and list the advantages and what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of the thermocouple. We can expect these questions. And from the piezoelectric transducer topic, we can expect what are list the applications of piezoelectric transducers, and list the characteristics and limitations of piezoelectric transducers. What are the characteristics and what are the limitations of the piezoelectric transducers? And explain the construction, principle, and working of piezoelectric transducers. In short, in long answers, you can expect this. Explain the construction, principle, and working of piezoelectric transducers. So these are the questions we can expect. We can expect from this piezoelectric transducers. See this construction principle and others you can expect in the long answers, and characteristics and limitations. Combinedly, you can expect in long answers, and list the characteristics of piezoelectric transducer. And another question is list the what are the limitations of piezoelectric transducers. In this way, you can expect the same topic in short answers also. See, in this session, we discussed mainly two topics. One is piezoelectric transducer, and another one is the thermocouple. Thermocouple. Both are active type of active transducers. Active transducers. So piezoelectric transducer is working on the principle of piezoelectric effect, and the thermocouple is working on the principle of thermoelectric effect. What is piezoelectric effect means? Whenever an electric field is applied to a crystalline material, means it changes its molecule, shape of the molecules will be changed. That means the shape of the crystal will be changes. And when the force is applied to this material, means a charge will be produced. That means EMF will be induced. This is about the main piezoelectric transducers. And what is thermocouple means? It is on the principle of thermoelectric thermo effect. Here, whenever two dissimilar metals are joined at one end, and at another end, there will be a reference temperature is maintained, and there will be a indicator. This reference temperature junction is called cold junction or reference junction, and this a joined point, this is called hot junction or sensing junction. Sensing junction. So whenever there will be a difference, there is a difference between this sensing junction and the reference junction. That junction is difference is called reference temperature. That is indicated on the indicator, and that means this produces a voltage. This is about thermocouple. With this, in the next session, I will discuss about the RTD, that is another type of temperature measuring device, RTD, and also about ultrasonics. What are the ultrasonics? What is the principle of it? What is the use of this ultrasonic? Where we can use this? But and also I will discuss. I will discuss about this acceleration servo motors mainly. In the next sessions, in my next session, I will explain about the servo motors and servo motors and taco generators also. These all are active transducers. Okay. In the next session, I am going to explain this servo motors, accelerometers, and this taco generators, as well as ultrasonics and RTD also. So with this, I'm going to end my session. Okay, thank you.